This man, Scott Drummond, had seen life after death, and he described it in an interview with Wesley Lapioli. This video is 2 parts and this is part 2. Watch and enjoy, babies. Mara.
I was working, I remember at the time I was working in Jackpot, Nevada, which is way out in the middle of nowhere. And knowing that everything that I was doing was for myself and not for my family. And I think probably out of all of that I watched, it was, you know, some was good, some was bad, but I knew that I had to do better with my life. I remember all of a sudden just being so peaceful. After it was all over, it was real. Nothing, you know, there's no fake stuff. There was no, you didn't do this or I didn't do that. I did it. It was all about me, and what was so vivid was it was in my mind. I wasn't talking to anybody. I wasn't negotiating. It was all in my mind that I was visualizing. And when I got through, I went, it's over, you know. I knew that I was dead, and I knew I was moving on. I was instructed through my mind, and that person wasn't next to me, but in my mind to get up and start working forward. And I walked up to this white cloud, and an arm came through, only about this much. And it just came through, and I'll never forget it. It was an arm that was strong. It was somebody that had worked in either in the farming industry where his arms were big and his hands, I remember, were strong. They were bigger than my hands. They were a lot more meaty. And he reached out like this, and I reached towards his hand, and he said, "It is not yet your time. You have more things yet to do." And he pulled his arm back through, and I didn't see it again because of the cloud that was in front of me. And at that time, I went back into my body. The doctor said that there was a war going on inside of my body. The war was that I did not want to come back because it was so peaceful. I remember him saying what was going on, why was you all over the place on that table? And I told him that I didn't want to come back. It was too beautiful where I'd been. And come to find out, I had a paper on my chest, and it had pronounced me dead for 20 minutes. And I'd been gone. But I was gone in the most peaceful place that I could have ever went. When they wheeled me out, Connie was out in the hallway. She had no idea that anything had ever happened to me. But for 3 days, I've never had so much peace in my life as it's unbelievable, the peace that I had for 3 days laying in that hospital bed. And the doctor, it's kind of funny, the doctor kept coming back in and checking on me to make sure I was okay, and was extremely nice to me. It was Dr. Skousen.
Just so you're aware, too, Scott's wife, Connie, is sitting right off screen, so you don't think he's talking to himself.
Oh, no. This is my escort, my wife, Connie. Well, we've been married 45 years, and this is something that I have kept very private and sacred in my life because it meant so much to me. Well, it changed my life. Changed the way I think about things. It changes the way I think about my wife and what we are together, and that we are one instead of trying to be one-on-one. We're trying to be one. At least I am trying. I'm not perfect. I've got a lot to learn in life. My life has taken me in a whole different direction since I was 28 years old. It's kind of brought me closer to my Father in heaven. I know there's a God. I know without a shadow of a doubt. One thing that I can also say is I'm not afraid of dying, because I know how peaceful it's going to be. My thumb works today. Very good. I call it my bionic thumb. But I love my family. I love my wife.
Whew. Thank you so much, Scott, for sharing. There's so many things to be taken from that. One alone, just that you have zero fear of dying in the world's current climate. That alone, if some people could latch onto that and just know, a lot of people have died in the past 2 months, knowing that this life isn't it, that there's more, and that it's the most peaceful you've ever felt. One thing I thought was particularly poignant as well, that idea of never looking back. That's something in our lives too. I think we hold a lot of baggage, and maybe we feel bad about things that we've done. I think that's a really interesting message that you had while you were there, that we can also take away, is that, like, you can always start again. Not everyone is going to have an experience like that, but you can take Scott's word for it on what it's like, and that this life isn't it, and that there are times where you just have to reprioritize, reset, and don't look back. Don't look back at what you've done, aside from using that as inspiration to change your life and to do something better. So thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more videos. Love you babies. Mara.